What's up, Taiwan? I'm Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. A new survey by Taiwan's health ministry says about 8% of seniors in the country have some form of dementia. That's about 350,000 people. Some of those have Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease, or dementia caused by reduced blood flow to the brain. The survey says dementia patients require more medical resources and emergency care. It also finds people with dementia experience emotional and social withdrawal. The report says the number of senior dementia patients could double to close to 700,000 by around 2040. It's been 5 years since Taiwan enacted laws to safeguard migrant workers' rights to have children in the country. Despite this progress, some foreign nationals still face challenges during pregnancy. Eugene Huang reports.
A strong heartbeat is a relief for expectant mother Wadi. Pregnant with her first child at the age of 36, Wadi is acutely aware that her age means higher risks for her baby.
医生，请问一下，那个宝宝一天他动才几次才正常的？
一般来说就是都会一直动哦。
因为好像看起来是昨天比较没有那么动，所以我会担心。
Wadi from Indonesia has been accompanied to her prenatal checkup by a social worker from the shelter she stays at. As a migrant worker who has lived in Taiwan for over 10 years, she initially didn't picture starting a family here. Pregnancy used to be taboo. In most cases, if a foreign worker got pregnant, their employer would send them home. In a system where a broker fee can account for half of an annual salary, to be sent back and reapply for a job in Taiwan would be a huge blow. Changes to the law in 2019 have made things easier for pregnant migrant workers to stay. Knowing that she didn't need to worry about being deported after being out of work for 2 months, Wadi and her husband decided not to wait any longer to have children.
跟我这样子，大概36岁，如果我等到赚到钱，然后回去生孩，比较年纪比较大，也是生孩比较不好的。
今天有没有带小军去散步？
有啦，我刚才早上都有去散步啦。
Wadi's husband comes from Thailand. They met and fell in love in Taiwan. Both migrant workers have lived away from home for years, and they were eager to start the next chapter of their lives. They got married and planned to have children in the country that brought them together. After Wadi got pregnant, she sought legal assistance and found this shelter. But quitting a job to prepare for a baby's arrival is no simple matter. Mila, another resident at the shelter, had difficulties after an unexpected pregnancy. Her employer and recruitment agency were not aware of the rule change and insisted she leave Taiwan. But as the primary financial provider for her family, going back home was not an option for Mila, especially when her mother needed money for medical care.
我担心，如果我回去，谁给的钱？如果我回去，我没有太大企业，我在这里，我怕他没有了，我没有看到。
The shelter caters to people in Mila's situation. But this safety net is not always stable. Despite government support, migrant workers still face discrimination. The shelter once had to relocate due to complaints from local residents.
每周都会有不同的单位，像劳工局啊，然后警察，然后消防局啊，就是各式各样的调查这样子。虽然他们都是合法的移工啦，可是看到警察还是会有一些畏惧这样。
These mothers are among over 750,000 migrant workers in Taiwan, forming a crucial part of the country's workforce. However, their contribution often goes unappreciated, and some locals don't even view them as people with aspirations for life beyond working.
每个人的人生规划就是都有工作这一块，然后也有家庭这一块，然后希望可以不要就是让他们好像 只是专注工作的机器人，让他们也有机会就是享受到在台湾就是家庭的温暖，他也有成家的一个需求这样。
Expectant mothers no longer have to worry about being deported for not working. But after their babies are born, a whole new set of challenges will present itself. They'll have to navigate the complexities of being a working mother, raising children in a foreign land. Another area where Taiwan's laws still lack much-needed provisions for them. P.T. Zhuang, Kama Shi, and Yujin Huang for TaiwanPlus.
Thai scientists are restoring one of their country's most diverse coral reefs. But despite success, they say there's only so much they can do in the face of a changing climate. Zhang Man Trist has this story.
It's late at night, and far down in the Gulf of Thailand, a team of scientists in scuba gear is busy at work. This is the one time of year when corals spawn in this part of the world. The sight is mesmerizing. But the scientists have little time to appreciate the spectacle. In plastic boxes, they're collecting coral eggs and sperm. Rising sea temperatures brought by climate change have seriously damaged the coral here, and these scientists are working to save it, not only for the sake of the coral, but for the 25% of marine life that relies on it. Once the collection is done, it's back to a waiting boat to start the long process of making new coral that will one day be put back into these waters.
ก็เมื่อกี้ค่ะระหว่างที่เรารอก็คือจะเห็นน้องว่าน้องออกไข่นะคะแล้วก็จะรอเวลาให้ออกไข่สักแป๊บนึงอะค่ะแล้วเราก็จะเก็บกระปุกไข่อะค่ะมาขึ้นมาข้างบนตอนนี้เดี๋ยวเราต้องเดินทางไปที่โรงเพาะอย่างเร่งด่วนเพื่อเอาไข่แต่ละโคโลนีอะค่ะแต่ละก้อนเนี่ยพัดไปผสมกันแล้วก็ตื่นเต้นมากเป็นครั้งแรกเหมือนกันที่ได้เห็นเหนื่อยมากเหมือนกันใช้อากาศไปเยอะสุดๆเลย
The mixing must happen straight away or there will be inbreeding. But after this, it's a matter of patience. For 72 hours, the scientists change the water regularly. Only then will the tiny emerging coral be ready for the next step, transfer onto earthenware tiles, where they'll grow for several years before they're big enough to be put back into the sea. Scientists have repeated this process year after year since this coral restoration project launched in 2016. Their work has restored around 7 hectares of degraded coral, a little under half the total area of the local reefs. Along the way, they've learned a lot about conditions in the reefs and what's driving them.
บริเวณแนวตื้นนะคะได้รับผลกระทบเป็นอย่างมากเลยค่ะเพราะว่าเนื่องจากว่าเป็นช่วงที่น้ำมันลดลงต่ำสุดทำให้แนวปะการังค่ะโผล่พ้นน้ำขึ้นมาทำให้แบบได้รับแสงกระทบได้รับแสงแดดโดยตรงใช่ค่ะแล้วก็นอกจากเรื่องของแสงแดดแล้วอุณหภูมิน้ำที่สูงขึ้นด้วยค่ะแล้วก็เกิดจากตะกอนที่มีการทับถมกันถามว่าอันนี้คือเป็นตัวอย่างของบริเวณตรงนี้นะคะ
But despite the project's initial success, it's still in an experimental phase. Scientists are working to perfect their techniques and spread them elsewhere in Thailand. But it's an uphill battle in a country where up to 90% of coral reefs have seen bleaching since 2010.
เรียกได้ว่าบรรเทาดีกว่าเพราะว่าเราเลยจุดของการป้องกันมาแล้วทีนี้ในเรื่องของระดับนโยบายเนี่ยต้องแอคชั่นลงมาพอสมควรจนถึงระดับของกฎหมายที่จะแก้ปัญหาในเรื่อง climate change แต่ว่าในระดับท้องถิ่นเนี่ยทำอย่างไรก็ได้ให้มันถูกรบกวนน้อยที่สุด
And Thailand is just one country. From Australia to the Caribbean, coral are in trouble, and few restoration projects have the scale or resources of this one. And with a new bleaching event expected to start soon, one that could kill off much of what's managed to survive, these scientists in Thailand are doing what they can. But they say they can't save the world's reefs without more action. Ethan Pan and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Before we go, check out this pack of gray wolves prowling and playing in the French Alps. I'm Ethan Liao. Take care, and I'll see you next time.